Hi poopsies, it's me, Tony Bomboni ASMR. Welcome back to your video. Before this begins, if you happen to be new here, I would really appreciate if you would take a quick moment to subscribe and tap the bell and make sure you hit all notifications. You have to hit all notifications to get notified of new content from me every single week as I upload every day. And I also have a website. It's called TonyBomboni.com. You can use those coupon codes in the corner of your benefit. I offer tarot readings, okay, as a service on there. It's my most popular booked service. I also offer Reiki, coffee cup, candle wax readings, and custom ASMR videos as well as my other services. A plethora of services on my website you can check out. Okay, I don't just do the bookings. I have other things on there as well, so you can go see it for yourself. Everything's on there, TonyBomboni.com. Okay, so I was requested recently a nice reminder because I can't believe I forgot to do this, but a pick a card reading for the year 2022. Okay, so let's begin. This is going to be card 1, a green aventurine. Okay, green aventurine stone. Card 2, the carnelian. Okay, and card 3, the rose quartz. Okay, so pick and choose card 1, card 2, card 3. You can choose more than one if you'd like. The message for 2022, what's going to happen, what's your year going to go down like. Advice, guidance, wisdom as always. Oops, some pine cones here. I don't want to stay. All right. Superior. So let's begin. I will leave this here. Okay. Excellent. If you picked card 1, the green aventurine, what's the messages for you? All right, so if you pick card 1, the green aventurine, you're definitely on an approach to have new things. I believe new opportunities come through for you that you desire. Maybe you've been changing careers, changing your outlook on life, just changing in general what it is you are doing right now, okay? And you want it quickly. You want it now. Some of you are now more into, I feel like, natural remedies as well. A different approach, right? Like maybe you are more into different things, different avenues, approaches in life, and now you're changing it. So something's different here. You're having different approaches. Maybe you're seeing new places as well. Okay. So each card I want you to look at and delve into what it is you are drawn to, okay? So yeah, you're putting your best foot forward, different approach, maybe even feel differently. Maybe you had a lack of confidence before, now you're able to actively manage multiple tasks, right? You're different, okay? You're approaching it with a better, quicker aspect, okay? You're quick on your feet, all right? This is, again, keep in mind the messages for this year. I know a lot of people tend to say, well, a lot of your readings tend to really pinpoint what I'm going through now. Okay, cool. But keep in mind, this is for the whole year. Okay, so, all right, let's move on. Yeah, so I would say ultimately that it's very much a point of you leaving behind what just is old. And I hate saying it over and over again, but what bears repeating, what no longer serves you, right? Like, that's a really frequent thing I think people say as well. Like, yeah, you're letting go of what no longer serves you. Yeah, okay, like, give me another explanation, honey, right? Like, but yeah, no, I'm being serious though. Okay, it really is a time where you are literally, in the literal sense, abandoning what has been holding you back for many years, maybe 5+ years, okay? You are now cutting ties with that behavior. You're no longer allowing those old energies and influences to impact and influence and affect your life today. So, good on you. Wonderful job you are doing there. Okay. Again, show the card. I feel like I don't show it enough. See, this normally portrayed as someone running away from the problem, but this is you, that you, to your core right now, are having to face. So if there is something you're still not facing head on, please do. This is the year, the time to do that, because right now you're going through something that maybe you, little things, are trying to avoid, but those little things pile up and add up, okay? Just like these cups, they pile up one cup by one cup by one cup, and they start to affect us emotionally, and then affect us. If you're affected emotionally, tough luck, because it will affect you in other aspects of your life. So once those are taken care of and healed, things will just open up. Doors will just literally open themselves for you. So make sure you're not avoiding those things this year, okay? Because they will come up, okay? They will come up. All right. What I'm also seeing, card 1, is this is going to be the year of, I would say, the fight for you, okay? If you normally flight in terms of the fight or flight response, this is the year to fight, okay? This is the year to stand for what you stand for, to have dominion over what it is that you care for. No more waiting, no more hoping the world changes in your favor. This is now the time to do in 2022, okay? No longer playing the victim role, no longer allowing life to just continue taking you down a path of misery, okay? Taking the stance. I believe that you have felt as if you've had it easier before. There's something where you maybe tell yourself things were easier back then. But that's the biggest joke of all, okay? Because you weren't aware or realized as much as you used to now. I mean, you know what I'm saying. You know more now, okay? And it's easy to be tempted into a slumber. But in your instance, please don't go back, is what I'm trying to say. Okay? Because there's nothing for you there. There's only the now. This is a good year to focus on continuing reaping what you're harvesting. To continue doing what you're doing. Try not to change too much of what you're doing now, especially if it works. What's not broken should not be fixed, okay? Don't repair the things that don't need repairing. Don't mess up more than you feel like you've already messed up, because I know a lot of you may need to hear that. Like, a lot of you maybe feel like a mess up right now, or like you couldn't predict the course of your life and now you're in a bigger mess than you once were. But that's not true. You're just actually exactly where you need to be now, as we all are. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here, right? So keep that in mind, that trust that the path is there for you. And again, it bears repeating, even though a lot of people say that, like, oh, trust the process. Like, yeah, okay, honey, try to live a day in my shoes. I get it, okay? Let's not fight or resist. Like I said, we want to fight and resist the things we want to change, the things we can change, right? You can't change what I say, right? I'm trying to get a message across here, hopefully so. So hopefully it comes across the right way. But yeah, good time to be productive, focus, work on tasks, okay? Work on new hobbies. Like I said, if it's a natural approach to things, you're having a more natural, maybe healing or therapeutic approach to things, like working with crystals or herbs or whatever. Talking to the moon, I don't know, I don't care, whatever, you are gonna continue down that new path, that new trajectory, right? All right, whatever that may indicate for you. So continue focusing that, working with those things, maybe try something new, talking to the trees, talking to the animals, right? Like something like that is what I'm seeing. All right, something that used to be considered taboo and pseudoscience, right? Yeah, this will change your world forever. This year is going to change you permanently in many ways. Some of you, even physical appearance, okay? The way you dress, the way you physically fit, maybe portray yourself, working, maybe some of you picking up new exercise routines, okay? Intensifying the routines. Maybe you did twice a week, now 4 times a week. Maybe you're just increasing the repetitions and the sets, right? But I see a lot of you getting more physically fit in shape, or bulky in a muscular tone. Okay, working towards that at least, or improving in other ways, right? Maybe you're already fit, now you want to be even more fit, right? Or work on your health and diet, maybe eating more vegetables and stuff. So that could be the natural thing I'm seeing here, all right? The natural approach. But merging that also with what you do, your work, right? Your training routine is kind of going to link with your work, how you come across in your career, your exercise, okay, is gonna deem you worthy of more in the future, right? Like, I don't know how, but like, I guess if you can think quicker on your feet on the job, and that's what I see here, is like you're going to be quicker on your feet again. So yeah, it all links together. This is the year of improvement, of growth, of continuing doing what you're doing, not changing much for you, card 1, okay? But by doing that, you change your world. That's what I see. Also, try not to delay. I know we tend to have a lot of like a delayed gratification by doing certain things. Like, let's say, for example, you work just to pay your bills and that's your only motivation in life. And that's most people. Let's be honest with ourselves, okay? Let's not lie to ourselves. Let's treat ourselves with respect by not lying to ourselves. That's why most of us work a job, right? Like, we have to pay our bills realistically. Like, why else do you work? I mean, really? Do you really want to work all the time? No. So that's just how most people function. It gives us pride. It gives us a form of living. Our lifestyle is what defines us, right? Whether we hate to admit it or not. Not everyone. Like I said, most people. So my point being is, this delay for gratification is what I'm speaking of in terms of your career, is in this instance not going to be deemed useful and necessary for you, because, again, what I mean by delayed gratification is you working for a purpose, right? You working toward things that you want to do. This is not the best approach for you this year, is because you want to look at it as like, emit the energy of I am doing what I need to be doing, right? I don't need to be doing this for bills or something, because then you're continuously emitting the vibration of lack, energy of I never have enough. I continuously have to do this, right? So in an essence, you want to twist it around where you say, and you actually genuinely say it and feel it and mean it, and that takes practice. I am doing this because this is what I'm meant to do. I have my purpose fulfilled, and naturally, maybe by next year, your career will change into something even better and more beautiful and abundant, because you are so grateful for what you have now that you are going to continuously attract and vibrate on that new frequency you're emitting of, I am doing what I'm meant to be doing. You're going to attract what you're actually meant to be doing. Maybe what you're doing right now is already what you're actually meant to be doing. So, continue thinking of it that way rather than, I have to get up and pay the bills. Oh my God, I have to get up early in the morning. I have to go drive to my job. I have to do this again. Oh my God, I hate my life. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so you want to be mindful of that this year. This is how you initiate and promote change for your life. No more going back. No more to your old ways. No more binding and trapping yourself to what you used to be bound and trapped to. Old contracts, old unnecessary requirements, fulfillments, agreements. Maybe you even kept agreeing to meet up with your friend like 3 times a week. Like, is that really necessary? Do you have to spend all that money going out to eat every time? Maybe you can just cut back on that and focus more on what really counts and value to you. Like, maybe you don't enjoy going to restaurants as much as other people do. Don't do that. Why are you continuously torturing yourself by doing things you don't want to do? And I know that sounds harsh, but I'm being honest with you. Do something that you enjoy for once. Gosh darn it, right? Life is too short. So, yeah, what I am saying is that you need to be the focus this year. You and only you. All right? That's how you continue growing your harvest. You didn't give yourself enough of your focus to yourself last year. Card 1. You didn't take extra precautionary measures, even if you fell ill or something, right? You maybe continued to work through it or something, or you didn't take the time you needed for yourself to rest, to recover, right? Maybe you had so many obligations to do, you couldn't just rest and recover. You had no choice. This is the year of your choice. This is the year of you deeming yourself worthy of finally being free of these old things that used to restrict you and trap you. It's only in your mind. Everything traps us in our mind, nothing more. We all have the choice. Okay. Also, I see in this card that you're hopeful, but maybe a little scared that you're not going to get there. You're never going to get to the point where you feel like you're healed or you're healing. You already have done it, though. Whether you realize or not, you've already put in the time, effort, and work. Maybe last year, that was your focus. And now you've just shifted and evolved into this new set of understanding. Maybe you're a little confused right now what to do this year, what to expect, what the outcome's going to be like. Maybe it started off as a bumpy year for you. I don't see that, but maybe it did. Okay, there's many people watching, so I feel like, I have to kind of be a little mindful of that. But just like with the cups here, okay, you're going to get to a level where you're not afraid anymore of facing those emotional issues, okay? You're going to address them head on. It mostly feels like you doing it yourself, though. You don't necessarily have to talk to someone about it or get outside help, okay? There's a lot you can do on your own and handle on your own. You're grown. You can manage, okay? Again, it's all in your mind. If you think you need external help, then you need it because you believe it. That's all it is. There's certain things, of course, limits where, okay, yeah, we do need help, right? We want to be realistic a little bit, but I'm just saying. All right, moving on. This is telling me overall that your harvest, again, it came up before. That is sort of here. I don't know where else, but it came up. This is the year where it's going to grow, okay? I wouldn't even be surprised by September that harvest is so abundant. So whatever it is you're working toward now is going to be you're going to be so grateful to yourself and say, thank you, me, for having continued and doing what I'm doing. Because if I didn't, I would have been so screwed, And you're going to be better off than most people. I think a lot of people are going to be in suffering, unfortunately, but you're going to be doing pretty well for yourself because you decided to take action to fight. Thank you so much, card 1. Isn't that empowering? And most of these were just really good, positive messages. Okay, so moving on. And card 2, if you pick card 2, the carnelian, this is the message for you, carnelian. Okay. I like doing these pick-a cards like this because every card is different. I hate when I repeat cards because it's like, oh, now it feels like I'm repeating the same message. I love this. Okay, let's move on. Get a drink drink of water here. Throat's getting a little dry. Hope you poopsies love my blankets here. I actually used this bed sheet. I thought, like, oh my gosh, it looks totally like babushka vibes, and I'm doing the tarot reading. Like, you know, they usually have like little stitched knitted patterns or whatever, the quilts. Or, hey, I'm gonna be 28 this year. I've already been feeling old, but honey child, I feel even more old now. Like, pretty soon I am gonna wear a babushka, right? Jokes aside, like that, I'm gonna be that old psychic in the forest. I mean, honestly, that's a dream, right? Like, just to have people come to your house and like you serve them Turkish coffee, and then you just do tarot readings for an insanely charged price because you're bougie by the time you're 80 years old and you've done tarot readings all your life. Okay, it's a fantasy. I'm just joking, but I'm also not really joking. Anyway, maybe it's just because I don't see myself being retired. I don't know. I like to work. I'm addicted. Whatever. Okay, moving on. I'm over myself. Yeah, so I would say ultimately that you really, there's someone you don't like. I think there's someone you really don't like, okay? You just want them out of your inner circle, someone that's been getting on your nerves. I feel like I have to hold a crystal to ground myself to be like, shut up, Tony, just focus on the darn reading, get to the point. Okay, there's someone that you really are just like, no, honey, you're not it. This is not it. Maybe you were my friend for 5 years, but you know what? I'm just not feeling the vibes anymore. And that's okay. You know, don't be hard on yourself for that. Don't be hard on the person either. Be genuine with them, but don't be brutal. Don't smush them to smithereens with your words because you feel a certain way. Maybe they still feel for you in a certain way as a friend, and how would it be for you to be that upfront with them all of a sudden, like a shock, like snapping someone out of hypnosis, right? And I agree, sometimes people need that, but I don't think in this case. I think you maybe slowly letting them go over a period of moment of time indicates a better approach to this subject rather than a 10-page essay on their phone about how much you hate them. You know what I'm saying. There's just someone that you really are ready to let go, I think. Okay? You've moved on, is what I'm trying to say. Alrighty. They hurt you. You're hurt, and it's okay. It's okay. I'm just going to give you a moment now. You've been hurt. It's okay. It's okay. I know. But who is this person? I'm just curious. Okay. Maybe you've recently let them go. This could also indicate that for some of you, because you've been hurt. Maybe it hurts because they're also friends with one of your friends, okay? Just the way I'm saying it. They hurt you multiple times, could also be, okay? But again, I don't think they intended to. They just themselves are not in a healed place, so they're projecting that pain onto you. So what's the best approach for you for someone like this? There isn't a better approach. There's just to let them go, because you're not their therapist. You can't be. You're their friend, and, well, you're no longer their friend, maybe. And, you know, keep this in mind for future experiences this year as well, okay? Don't just focus too deeply on the present. It's good to be present, but think a little bit ahead, okay? Think a little bit ahead down the line. What is this trying to tell me? What could this lead to potentially in this current friendship I have? Maybe there's already red flags right now, and I'm ignoring them, and I'll end up hurt and broken by November. Do you see what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be that way. We don't ever have to be hurt or broken or grieve over the loss of a friendship. We can avoid the collision. We can avoid the pain by our actions, by setting healthy boundaries. We still feel the impacts and effects as human beings, emotional creatures. And we can set boundaries without living in fear of someone hurting us. But remember, you knew before. You knew something was wrong. You felt it in your spirit. What is this telling you now? How can you get rid of the cycle of repeating these patterns with people, right? This is the year to focus and be attentive toward those things, okay? I'm also seeing here that you are very good at overcoming. I feel like you're just this person that can always see the bright way, can always see the other way around things, can always kind of forgive. And I think that's why you've been friends with this soul for so long, is because you always looked the other way, turned the other cheek, and said, you know what, I'm not going to define or bash them for who they are. But there's a limit to everyone, right? Like, I mean, you're not a robot. This person was not maybe the nicest or took advantage of your kind nature, all right? And they see that in you and they're mad maybe that they can't have that, what you have, that knowing of, oh, I can see the brighter side in someone rather than focusing on all the bad things they've done. But again, we all have limits. What's yours? Maybe you don't know your boundary. Maybe you don't know your limit. This is the year to learn that now. What you can and can't handle, what you will and won't stand for in someone in the future, in future friendships. We make many friends in our lives over the years. Many partners, maybe even. Some of us even as advanced as many family members. Okay? Kids with different partners. You know what I'm saying? There's all sorts of cases. In however many cases you have and how long your life leads you, the blessing of life that you are gifted on this planet as a sovereign being, how can you now draw in those friendships that are like-minded, that understand this, that feel the same way you do? Would it be awesome for you to have a friend that can also look the other way or turn the cheek for someone? Let's say you catch someone stealing in a store and you just give them $5 because you feel bad for them. Maybe you doing that will make that person change. How about spreading love and kindness rather than bashing someone for what they did? You don't know their story. Maybe they were trying to feed their kid. You see what I'm saying? So even though I'm setting an extreme example, this applies to everything in your life in this year. You're going to see some things that you maybe are disturbed by. Even by this friend. Their actions will disturb you, maybe, if you continue allowing them in your life. There's love, but to an extent. Some people don't deserve your love because you are loving, and it's okay. I know you've been hurt. Again, let it out. It's okay. I'm just going to take a quick pause. Moving on. There's a lot I'm feeling right now, so just maybe there's a lot you're feeling. Give yourself the time and love you need, okay? Put your hand over your heart. I like to do that with the crystal as well when I'm feeling a little in my emotions. Your deep breaths. Drink your water, please. Take your time. Okay, we can pause this anytime. You can come back. Go outside, play with the pine cones if you want. I've been really drawn to pine cones lately. I think that's spirit trying to tell me something. I'll have to remember to look up the definition of that later. Spiritual meaning of pine cones. All right, honey, so let's continue. I know we got in deep for this. Pick a card reading too. I just feel your heart from here, like emanating. There's something magical, potent about your love here that you give to other people. And maybe you hurting because you're giving too much. I'm sorry. I need to take a pause. I'm going to switch to the carnelian because that's more grounding than Aventurine. I think Aventurine is hitting too much in my heart. let's backtrack before we jump in this card. It doesn't feel right to jump here right away. Nobody can take your strength from you. I want you to know that right now. Nobody can take your strength from you. That is not something that someone can do. They are not capable of stealing your strength. Okay? You are the only one who can give it to yourself. Please try not to forget that. Honestly, you're gonna be so inspired this year that this is a great year to succeed in career and building the life you desire. Okay, these two are interlinking with me, with each other. Turning the bad and ugly into the good. All right, this is your time to do this, and there's no excuse for you not to, because you have it within you. There's something so magically potent about this. You can resonate just like your heart is magically potent. You can externalize that into something wonderful. A wonderful work of art, a project, something that can bring in more in your life. All right, but remember why you're doing it to begin with. Don't forget why you started, because I think this is a long term. You're going to start something incredibly long term this year that may actually end up leading into the next decade. All right? All right. So what is that you're going to start anew or work on this year? That's what you should be doing. Get rid of any of all those mental blockages, things that hold you back from your progress on this earth. Okay, friends, influences, people, things that bound you and trapped you. This is the year to do that. It's a year, so it's going to be the year journey for you. Okay, this is what's up ahead. Remember that. Ultimately, this is the year where you're finally going to feel like you've done what you needed to do and you've taken care of what you needed to take care of. You tied loose ends with certain people and in your own circumstances, and you're going to say, now I can be freely moving on with my life. I have a new path carved for me. I made it myself. Self-made. Okay? Excellent time to match the physical with the spiritual, your career with how you feel. You may not get the results that you're looking to manifest this year, but this is the year to start. This is the year that's openly allowing you finally to have the keys to open that and unlock that door. You see? Maybe to finally open the door to that new business, even though it's new, you're gonna finally be able to somehow do it, have the funds to do it. Your current circumstances are not allowing and inviting you now at the beginning of this year because there's this person you need to just let go. They're holding you back. They're making you continuously suffer. Who is this person? Okay. All right, sometimes these readings take us in a whirlwind. Okay, so bear with me on this roller coaster ride. But there's a lot of insightful information here that even I'm taking on as my own, and like, yes, this really hits home. All right, we all want things fast nowadays, don't we? We all want the instant gratification, our quick $50 Starbucks coffee. Do you see what I'm saying? How can you service that need for others quickly? You're going to be there to service something quickly for others. Maybe someone's doing something 5 times a week. You can do it 10 times a week and better. All right. You see, you're going to be quick. And because you're going to be healed mentally, emotionally, you're going to be able to be quick on your feet to do those things. Okay? Some of these things actually match with what I said in the first card reading, actually, because some of you may have even picked card 1 as well. So I'm not surprised, but it also could be a collective energy because, humanity as a collective is shifting and changing, right? So remember, what do your fellow peers want more than anything in this life right now? What are they seeking for? Maybe they're seeking peace. How can you give peace to someone right now? If you can figure out the formula to do that, maybe you can profit immensely. And it's not about profit, but remember again, why did you start to begin with? Maybe you started because you wanted change. Perfect. That's a perfectly valid reason. Don't start because you want $1 million. Start because you want to make an influence and a difference and a change, for example, of many things you could start anything for. Yeah. Final outcome. You no longer have to fight this. The only opposite thing I see from card 1 is no fighting. Okay? You're flowing. You're not fighting and resisting. You're flowing now. This is your time to flow freely. All right? But if you did pick card 1, you saw fighting. Fighting only represents fighting for the change. Flowing now in this reading represents flowing with the change. So they may contradict, but you have to figure out the perfect balance if you did pick card 1 as well, to determine what it is that you are fighting, needing to fight, and what it is that you are needing to flow. Okay? That's only for if you picked both. All right. But just for these pick a card 2 people, no more. No more resistance, no more, I can't stand this change, I can't be with this. There's no more time for that or excuses to make anymore. Just keep holding yourself back more and giving yourself more reasons to hold yourself back, right? Like, oh, no, I don't like this. Like, a lot of times people complain about like something in their life and then it changes. And then once it changes, they complain about something else. They find something else to complain about. No more. Okay. And I have a feeling you're not even going to go through that because you're already healing this year, going to have taken care of the things you need to take care of to find that inner strength. Healing and strength. Okay. Remember those things. Thank you so much, Pick a Card 2. Hope you enjoyed. Remember my website if you would like to book more service from me. Okay. Delve deeper into your own readings. If you pick card 3, the Rose Quartz. Lovely, beautiful Rose Quartz. This is the message for you. I'm sorry I took such a long pause from doing these readings on this channel. I've just been doing so many bookings that sometimes, like, to do another one on this channel is like, I just grow wary of it after a while because, like, I enjoy doing the bookings. Don't get me wrong. They're my favorite thing to do. The tarot is so fun for me. Like, literally, I never get tired of doing tarot. But, like, to do it also on this channel and then, like, have to film other videos, you know what I'm saying? But I finally wanted to wait a few months to grow my love for it, like, more, to continue doing it on this channel. And so I felt really compelled now, and I feel much better now. Like, I have a better attitude about continuing doing this on this channel from time to time, not every week, but time to time. And so I want to project a better energy about it, right? So please forgive for the long pause, especially that last 3-hour video really did me in. Oh my Lord, so, I just really needed a break from that, so I hope you understand. All right, let's continue. If you pick card 3, the Rose Quartz. I really love this Rose Quartz. I'm thinking of this person now. Someone's really special gave it to me. And they're close to my heart. All right, so what I see here is that maybe some of you started off this year a little bumpy. Some of you started feeling as if you are very much in a tough or bad position. All right. Things started off bumpy this year is what I'm trying to say. You maybe didn't start off good, okay? Things were supposed to happen and they fell flat on their face. Progress delayed. Plans delayed. Maybe someone was supposed to come for the holiday, delayed, right? Like, it just, things didn't work out as you anticipated. And maybe you were anticipating better or different this year, and it just sort of, fell flat. So you didn't cross the finish line, the end goal marker, right? You were supposed to have completed something, and then it's like the universe is just LOL in your face, that sort of thing. Now, don't lose hope, okay? There's always hope, but we can transform that hope into not just hope, because hope is also helpless in itself. Like, hope can't do anything for you, it's just hope. But faith, belief that things will work out, right? That will hold you stronger than hope ever will. Hope is fading. Hope is not dependent. Hope is dependent on external force and circumstance to change. You can have so much hope, but that's not the strong backbone. Really the spine that holds and binds things together is what I'm trying to say. But it's like this just wasn't your time. This just wasn't your year. That's what it feels like. Feeling is different than actually what it is. Okay, now although I do see in the cards, it's kind of leading me to this year is maybe not going to be the year of what you were expecting or looking for. The certain year of the change you were hoping to have accomplished. And again, keep in mind if there's mixed messages and you pick a card. I apologize for that. Pick what draws you in, okay? There's too many pick a cards to have the same message for everyone. Too many people watching to have the same message for everyone. What draws you in the most? Maybe you should only pick one card, right? Maybe you pick two just because you wanted to. Pick one that really resonates and draws you in. Okay, anyway, moving on. So, this feels like a very independent reading compared to 1 and 2. That's why I say what I say. Maybe you had plans to relocate, to move, to change, and that's not going to happen. Like, maybe you have plans to do it by October, and maybe that may not happen. Okay, I think it's a time of not just that, though. Let's not focus on the physical. Why do we have to focus so stinking much on what we have in our life? Does that really matter? You know, there's people happy just working on a farm and they have like literally nothing. Like, they just live in a room. Like, in like a hut, right? Like, and they're happier. Okay, right? Like, let's try to shift our focus not on the blame of this world and what we don't have, but what can we do now with where we are and what we do have? Being grateful to have a place to live. Being grateful to watch this YouTube video. Okay? So, you're gonna have to focus and work on that part, honestly, okay? This year is... I didn't get to take my 5th vacation this year. Really? Okay. How about... Oh, wow. I really wish I didn't have to look at the world that way, because that just makes me even more sad. Right? How can I transform my feeling inside to where I don't have to validate on those outer worldly experiences? It's possible. It's possible, believe it or not, right? We're so used to being spoiled. We're so used to having literally served hot food on a plate immediately. And if we don't get it in 5 minutes, we will throw a bee fit. Can we change that this year? Again, I'm not saying this is you, though. I'm saying in a harsh way sometimes. How can we change our ways? How can we change what we've been functioning as this whole time? Because this is the year it's going to cut you off. It's going to say, nope, you cannot function like this anymore. There's something that needs to change. What is that for you? Doesn't have to be about what I just said. Ignore what I just said. What is the change for you? Could be anything. All right. People have maybe noticed this in you, that there was something different. Maybe people have always told you you had potential to fulfill some requirement in life, but you never knew how or how you could begin. These people are going to continue supporting you and being by your side and working with you, but I think they've noticed for a while something needed to change in you. And yes, this is hitting personally, okay? I rarely say that, but this reading hits personally to you. Mostly a certain way you've been operating is no longer going to sustain you, be sustainable this year. It's going to force you to change your ways of living, of being, of behaving, of doing. Yes, no one wants to hear this, but please hear me out. It gets better, okay? This is your breaking point year. We all have those. Our year we're like, oh my God, it feels like the end of the world. But hear me out. Let's not panic. Okay, this is your stage of, I would say, like the cocoon to the butterfly, right? The painful transformative stage. It may influence you and how you feel. It may influence and affect temporarily who you surround yourself with as you are going through this. Maybe those people that you were with no longer supporting you. Maybe those people that you, they're still with you, but they're no longer there for you as you thought, right? You know who your true friends are when you're sick in bed. Do you know what I'm saying? And yes, that's a painful confession to make and connect with, but what happens if you were in that position? Who are your people? This will expose everything about your life. This will expose the deep inner workings of how you operate and what needs to change. And that's a good thing, because we don't want to stay the same. Oh, how boring. I don't know why my hand keeps itching, but I feel physically when I do readings. My hand is itching. You're itching for something more, and this hand just drew me in. You're itching for more, but it's not going to happen this year. Wait. Whatever it is, maybe you wanted to buy something. Wait. Like huge. Like, just wait, okay? This is not the time or year to do that. There's going to be a lot of change that you won't see coming, okay? You may be hit in all directions, financially, socially, physically. Bear in mind what is within you is what will get you through. If you're not in check with how you feel right now, it will haunt you and torment you, okay? I'm not saying you in trouble, girl. What I'm saying is, you're gonna be if you don't keep that in check. Wake up every morning, check in. How do I feel? Resonate with what feels right. Don't just aimlessly start your day and just keep doing the same thing, like card 1 said, okay? Or 2 or whatever. I don't even remember anymore. What I'm trying to say is, Check in. Because no one else is going to check in for you. They're busy doing their own thing. They're going through their own struggles and stuff. We're on our own. You're here to survive these changes. No more looking back. No more avoiding the inevitable, what you delayed for so long. No. Now. No more making excuses. No more feeling sorry for yourself. No more sitting around waiting, hoping things change and happen differently. No. Sorry to be a harsh parent today, but some people need to be told this in a different light. Still coming from love, but as our parents tell us, oh, like, we didn't mean to yell at you, but we mean it out of love. Okay, maybe they did. They could have came across nicer. I'm doing my best here. I'm not yelling at anyone, but I could imagine a tarot reader yelling at people. Like, oh my god, that'd be funny, right? Like, you better. Okay. Yeah. A person maybe that you've let go of long ago, you may have to end up relying and depending on again. Maybe you're going to reach back out to old people, old ways. And I'm not saying that's wrong in this instance. Actually, it might be right. It might lead you back home to what truly counts and matters. Maybe they're going to reach to you for help and guidance in a world with fading hope. Not to sound helpless and demeaning, but you're gonna be surprised at what happens in your world. What can you do about it? Okay, and I would say that for you this year, 2022, card 3. You may be contradicting in yourself. Your environment will be contradictory, and you're going to feel contradictory because you're so attached to what's going on in your physical. Maybe what you own, your belongings, who you identify as, what you do as a job, your friends, where you travel, where you live. That you can't help but, like, if something goes to crap, you go to crap as well. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. I'm being dreadfully serious right now because your existence should never, ever, ever be relying on what you have, what you do, who you're with. The biggest mistake of all you could make with your life. The biggest waste of time, because then we attract people that will only validate what we're lacking. And situations that have no meaning. You're driving to a job that you just sucks and you hate it with your gut, and you're attracting things in your life that you hate even more. And it's a never-ending cycle of hatred. This is the year to make you wake up to that and realize what actually matters and counts. So if this has to jumble and rearrange your whole world, then so be it. Because to break free of the spell of the illusion is what you should aspire this year, rather than continuing the hypnosis of what doesn't serve you. And again, this is a harsh reading. Honestly, this is one of my, I hate this, that I have to even address it this way, but this is what I'm sensing here. Please keep in mind that whatever you get out of this is going to ultimately take you to where you need to be. And that's a good thing. And that's wonderful. Oh, that's so amazing. That's so amazing. There's always a positive in everything. Look at it for what it is trying to show you, not for the event of the change, right? Again, let's not look at, oh my God, this sucks. Everything's different. Let's look at where this is leading us to. Okay? And I have a feeling this is a message for everyone. Okay? Everyone. Including myself. So let's not be hard on ourselves for like, oh, we're the only one going through this. Really? No, you're not. Shh. Yeah. You may find it hard to create in general this year to find that inner spark to continue pursuing what you used to desire. No. Focus on where this is leading you. Don't focus heavily. Invest your time and energy. What a waste of time and energy and resources to just keep doing the self-pity, man. Let's stop. Let's put that endless cycle of humanity to rest. Why me? Why this? Why that? That's old. That was over a decade ago. Can we let that go now and release it in the name of the light and love? Yes, we can. As a collective, we can do this. We can finally fend off those fearful energies. Not fighting. For you specifically, not resisting, but living and being your true essence and core. Right now, what your purpose is. What's in your heart. What is it that you're going to come across? What are you trying to come across? And then matching vibration with those new people in your life. The people are going to be so important this year for you. Who you're around. And if old people in your life are gone, laid to rest, not literally, but, moved on, found other friends, and maybe left them to be alone themselves to survive, so be it. But to survive, you need to be around certain others with like minds. That's how you're going to make it. There's going to be change beyond your imagination. Get ready. And I can't even say be prepared. Just get ready mentally. Just, understand that this will too make you stronger. Don't fear this reading. Okay, that's a senseless, useless waste of your energy. I don't see anything you need to fear. I just see something that will just make you be the best you can. All right? Wonderful. Thank you so much for listening, Poopsies. I hope you enjoyed these messages and tried filming for you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.